Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Art of Conquest video. Like usual, this is Legend Rhony, and I'm back with another video about heroes. I've been asked this question for a very long time to remake my hero video. How do I get that high amount of gold capacity? So here it is. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show my heroes. I'm gonna explain how do I keep my heroes for siege, and I will explain how do I equip my heroes for PvP, because there is quite three complete different setups, and even for events there is a slightly change of equipment, but it's not major. Like usual, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and comment in the comment section below. Right, before I start, there's a few things you need to take in consideration. First, I'll be going in holiday in about a week, so don't expect more video in the May. In the next month, don't expect a lot of videos. I'll be gone for 3 weeks. I haven't had holidays for 2.5 years, so please try to respect that. Second, about the heroes. I've been human for quite a very long time. You know that if you follow my channel or if you watch some of my previous videos and old videos, you know I've been human for quite a very long time. So if I show the abilities of some human heroes, bear in mind that they are like that because I was human and I cannot respect them, I cannot retrain them. So that's why some of them have quite high amount of abilities. As a dwarf, because I'm gonna show you the heroes as a dwarf perspective, you do not need that high amount of abilities. And let's get back into the business. So I was mentioning, for example, Avalon Abilities. You see that I have Natural Leader maxed out, Warhorn maxed out. So that's like a load of abilities that I have spent in Avalon. If you are a dwarf, you don't really need to spend this high amount of abilities on him. If you are a dwarf, you need to focus on your dwarf specific heroes. Now I'm gonna go to the first one and start with the items, because this is the most important part that we are talking about, the army cap. And let me show you the army. So at the moment I have 199 gold capacity, that amount of silver, and this amount of bronze capacity. Ranks, the only rank that I have is Duke, and I'm on an army spot that it gives plus 100. I have no other how is it say? Yeah, I'm only Governor of Heart, and I'm on an army spot. That's the only thing I have. I have no advisor bonus. So these are my heroes that are equipped. This item, if you don't know about it, Messianic Scepter, Bronze Troop Supply plus 30 and 12 command. So that's like 42 army cap increase. So that's like a lot of army cap increase. This item drops from stage 81 in the Void. You might want to save up a lot of Island's Crown. These are very good, and they are very rare to come by. So this is basically the highest amount of command or army cap increase a hero can get, or it is available in the game at the moment. There are no better trinkets than Hand of Wisdom, except the event ones, which gives plus 18 command if you can put your hands on those. The resource rush events, if I'm correct, as part of chest piece, unfortunately is only Elena's Commander's Brigandine that gives the highest command. As you can see, their Valor one only gives 4 commands, so that's 2 command. Everything adds up. So I'll speed up this. Now, as part of mages, not sure how much you know about it, but if you craft volcanic hat, you have a high chance that these go higher in stats or they even go flawless. As you can see, the divine one gives a maximum of 7 command, which a volcanic hat gives the same amount of command. So crafting a volcanic hat, volcanic, or what's the pronunciation, gives a lot more command. And same, you might think that why do I have a blue item on Avril or on the other heroes? This gives +2 command while this gives no command. So there is command increase. This is the purpose of the heroes right now, just to increase army cap. Galactic Scepter, +10 +14 command. A standard Galactic Scepter gives +12 command and 8 magic. And here it is, a flawless one. It is +10 command, which is 3 more than a divine one. Avalon, obviously his set, you can see 121 command. Elena 122 command. Probably the chess piece or one of the pieces give slightly more command. Vega, Virion. So you can see there is quite a high similarity between the heroes at some point. For Gazul, just so you know, the Sacred Tome is the only one that gives the highest command at the moment. There is no other item that gives more command for Gazul. And is this clock, or there is the blue version of the clock which also gives 2 command. They are the highest that can give command. You can see his normal one just give magic. And that's a standard Galactic Scepter, 8 and 12. Cleo, yeah, I have no better volcanic hat for her. So basically it's like a huge load of Hand of Wisdom that you need in the first. If you want to craft item to increase your army cap, you might want to focus on the Messianic Scepter first. If you get it for army cap increase, the Messianic Scepter, they are very good. Then Gafga, so that's why I was talking about Island's Crown back there, is because their helm or headpiece only gives +6 command, and that is the legendary one. The divine one gives even less, or the same amount anyway. I didn't bother to craft the divine ones. So this is Gefga, this is Nora. Bear in mind that this is for army cap increase purpose. This is Mako. This is Ip, and this is a flawless Galactic Scepter, +11 and +18 command. This is Denji, this is Bane, and that's it. So again, this is for army cap purpose only. As you can see, 199 gold capacity. Just because of that, I did the math, and counting on all my heroes, I have a total of 28 4 command card missing. So if I get 28 4 command cards, I will have all the heroes maxed out in command. So that's the amount of command that I'm missing right now, 284. Now I will go with, no, not Bane, I'll go with the dwarf heroes because I'm dwarf right now. Is it this one? No, it's this one. I will equip my jack for siege purpose now.
I can reinforce my mech with this. I can reinforce my mech with this.
So this is how my jack looks for siege purpose.
I can reinforce
And
my mech
I
with
can
this.
say that this is how my jack looks for PvP as well. Because either PvP or siege, you want your match as highly boosted as possible. You might think about that some command might not do that much, but 2-3% it does count when a gold match has like 250k health. 2-3%, that's like almost another 10k health, 5k, 7k health, which it can count. Especially that, where it is, Gefga has this temporary repair. Stamina increase the effect of healing. Repaired match will recover a fixed amount of health over a period of time. By that fixed amount of health, I have a strong feeling that it means a percent of his health. So maybe it means, let's say, 20%, 25%, or 23%, as many seconds as it is. So that's why as more health you can give to your match, as better. So this is how my jack looks for siege and PvP purpose. Try to boost those matches as much as possible. Now I'm gonna do Nora.
Thanks, Chief. Wow, cool.
Now if I have to siege with Nora, that's how I probably would keep it. I wouldn't bother to put to change the item. Even that, it wouldn't make a difference. The command makes difference only when it's 0-0. For example, it's calculated like 90 command, 90, 100 command, 110. As long as it's between 100 and 110, it's not gonna make any difference. Either 100 or 110. That's how it's calculated. Every 10 command is 1%. So if I have to siege with Nora, that's how I will probably keep it, just because I can't bother to change this last item. But if I want to PvP as a dwarf, this is how I would go. As much more stats as you can get into the PvP, as better. And you can see I still have the 100 command, so it really doesn't make a difference I change it or not. But for PvP it does make a difference. More stats, the better. Now the only thing I would change on Gafga will be his piece of chest. He has the highest messianic scepter that I can give him, and the highest hand of wisdom available. Now unfortunately, if I change his chest piece, which in PvP I do, it goes to 79, which is basically because of one command. His abilities like Repairman, or it loses 1%. So my Gefga, because it has only 79 command, it boosts the match only 7%. If it had 80 command, that would be 8%. But for PvP purpose, at this point I want to bring more stats, because the difference is quite high. You can see that's 13 stamina, that's 17 stats, versus 6, that's 11 extra stats, which no, I can't go over. So the divine set, or the divine items for PvP, yes. For siege I would go with this one. And I keep the the Messianic Scepter because I don't have any Elven Blades better. They give same 15 command, and the Messianic gives a bit extra might. So if you have that many spares of Elven Blades that you can give him that will overcome a Messianic Scepter in stats, then obviously you go with Elven Blade. So this is Siege, and with the Chest Guard of Valor would be for PvP. Grimace. Now Grimace is a slightly delicate situation. And the reason I say a slightly delicate situation is because the following. If I would have to PvP with Grimace, I would keep him like this. This is how I would PvP with Grimace. Maybe even change the Messianic Scepter and give him a Blink Dagger. Or instead of a Blink Dagger, since it's not gonna make the difference, 115, I would just give him the Gear Wheel Gavel, which seems to be a pretty decent weapon. So this is how I would PvP with Grimace. Now if I have to siege with Grimace, obviously I would only put this banner
This one's not bad at all.
if I will have the Siege Mastery maxed out. So the Siege Mastery maxed out, that would be the only reason I will put this flag. But since I don't have it, there's no reason to put that one, and I can go back to Aurora Standard. But obviously, the reason I have Tank Mastery right now because I'm testing the tanks out. I want to see how good they are. I have a 45 Grimace. You can see it's maxed out Tank Mastery. So far I'm a bit disappointed. I'm not very happy the way the outcome of the tanks. I still have to test them more. So let's get out of that out of the way. This is for sieging. So we are doing the sieging setup right now. So if I have to siege with Grimace or use him in the siege, obviously ammo wagon, because it adds another 6% ammo capacity, and the banner, because obviously you should have some points in siege mastery, even if you don't have maxed like I do, but you should have some points in siege mastery. The most two important abilities for Grimace as dwarf is the ammo wagon and the reload ammunition. At level 50 you can see it's another 42% ammo capacity, which is insane. But as I mentioned, I'm trying the tanks. I want to see if they are any good. Right now they are not. So this would be Grimace for sieging. And for PvP I mentioned that I would keep him with the stats equipment to bring more stats in the battle. I wouldn't trade 6% ammo capacity for this, no way. I'd rather keep a Hand of Wisdom to bring those stats into the battle than 6% ammo.
This one's not bad at all.
And you're definitely not gonna use siege weapons in PvP.
You should give me more of these.
And I didn't show you the Nora abilities. Basically it's all about rocket mastery. Anything else it really doesn't make any sense. But if you have abilities to play with, then obviously I would go Destructive Rage. I'd say 2 points in tag attack, it's more than alright. But Destructive Rage, if you have extra ability points to spend on, put as many as you can, because it will just bring you a lot more might into the fight. That even rhymes. A lot more might into the fight. I can still give her 6 might. How about that? The rest of the heroes for sieging I don't bother to change at all. The reason I don't bother to change at all is because I only have to switch between 3 heroes to reach my maximum gold capacity again. So if I lose any troops, I can simply just switch like 3 heroes, and then I queue all my gold back or silver or whatever I lose during the siege. But if I have to siege a player, not a tower guard, if I have to siege a player, now obviously I would equip my heroes properly with the full set. Like Cleo, for example, I would give her the set, and I would probably give her a much better weapon. Maybe even this one, which gives like loads of might. And any other heroes for PvP purpose, I would give him the proper equipment, more stats into the fight. Let's say for example Theodrine, I would give her this one. I wouldn't let her with the alien crown. Messianic Scepter, no way. I would give her a blink dagger. It's same for gun. He's gonna have his usual chest piece. As part of weapons, some of them I might keep the Galactic Scepter because of the stats, but as long as it's 8 and 12, I still have like these items which give quite a lot of stats. This one not that much, but like this one, for the extra might, it wouldn't hurt, at least to try to overcome or beat the player you're fighting it just by 1 stat. That's why I mentioned the blink daggers. You can see I even have a flawless one by crafting so many. Even Virion, I would give him a blink dagger, and obviously his usual divine headpiece. Vega full set. Even Avalon and Elena, I will give them blink daggers for the extra stats, to bring more stats into the battle. But again, this is from Darth perspective. Avril, for PvP, I would give her the divine item, her normal chest piece. And as a weapon, I would keep this one, for example, because it's 40 command, which is quite a lot of command to bring into the battle. If I use Rufio and I don't use Rufio in I don't use Rufio in PvP, I would obviously give him one of these, the Dragonbane helm, and I would change this with one of these, Chest Guard of Valor. So if I would PvP, I would put the highest stats item that I can on every hero, and the only thing that is gonna be different is gonna be Jack. Jack is not gonna have a Hand of Wisdom, he's gonna have this one because it's +1 to my match expert. But any other hero is gonna have 2 Hand of Wisdom to bring us much more stats as possible into the fight. You can see even this little fella has its own set already crafted, which I'll give in to him. And Bane, as a Darth perspective, is obviously gonna have his barbaric helm with barbaric blessing +1, because it gives a tremendous amount of stamina, that +1 to barbaric blessing. And he's going to have 2 blink daggers. That's how my Bane looks like as a Darth if I would use him for PvP. 2 blink daggers to bring us more stats as I can to the battle. And obviously his divine chest. So this is what is very important. Even this little fella, I'm not sure if I have enough of those crowns, or I have to craft some. I didn't do the math. but I think I do, because Bane, we're gonna equip this one. Yeah, so I have enough helmets for my gladiators as well, so if I use them in PvP. Even this guy, even Denji, is gonna have 2 blink daggers. I'm not gonna leave him with the messianic scepters. He's gonna have 2 blink daggers because he's much more stats into the battle. So this is all about the heroes from dwarf perspective. Now it's been like 25 minutes, but what can I do? I had to talk a lot about it and explain it. At least I show you first the army cap, so in case you were only looking for that, you didn't have to watch all the video. Now until next time guys, this is Legend Rhony, and take care. Peace.